All right, today we're going to be replacing a hot water tank. So I figured I'd show you guys. So here's our old tank. It rusted out up top, and right now I cut the pipes, moved it over towards the drain. I'm letting it drain, and I'm going to put some new unions on it. So let me show you where. Okay, so here's our old hot water. Here's the cold. Cut them off at roughly the same height on the pipes, and now I'm going to start reconstructing my pipes with some new unions. So let me get working on that. All right, guys. So I soldered the new part of the union on there first. Here's how you have to do it. So you gotta, because water is your absolute enemy when it comes to soldering. So you gotta think smart. You gotta build. So now I soldered that half of the union on. I'm gonna build this half, solder it together, and then thread it on and then connect it. That way I don't have to solder with any water nearby. All right, so I got my fittings all soldered together, and we're ready to install. I put Teflon on here. Now when you do Teflon, you want to put it on in the direction that you're going to be tightening, so that way when you go to thread this on, it doesn't unravel your Teflon. So you always want to wrap it clockwise, the same as all right, so I got my fittings into the hot water tank is tight. I mean, get a big crescent wrench or a pipe wrench and tighten those things darn near as tight as you can. And now I'm ready to line up my unions and match those up. But one thing that I do is actually put a thing of Teflon on that union seat, because I cannot count how many times that it's very difficult to get these unions to seal up 100%. You may get them 99.9, but it may still have a drip, and that drip will eventually build up and corrode the top of the tank, which is probably what happened with that old one. So I like to put a wrap or two of Teflon around this base, around this seat, before I meet it up, and that just ensures that it's going to seal up. All right, now I snug those unions absolutely as tight as I can get them. We're turning the water back on. You want to pull this T&P valve, open it just to let it bleed the air out. Alright guys, water coming out. We're going to shut the T&P. Now we have our system pressurized and no leaks. So we're good. Now we're going to insulate the hot side pipe, connect our exhaust hood, and connect our gas line. So here's the old gas hookup. I'm going to remove it, try to remove it back to this valve, and then run a new flex line over to the new hot water. All right, first thing I did, installed a check valve. Make sure you get the flow going the right way, so the gas flows this way into the hot water tank. Next thing I'm going to do, make sure you use pipe dope and Teflon, good Teflon on that. Next thing I'm going to do is pipe dope Teflon this, put that fitting in, and then put my line. All right, it's installed. You don't, on this particular line, this is a flared fitting, so you do not put Teflon or anything on the fitting where the line screws onto that fitting. But in the pipe thread, you have to. A flare fitting, you do not use anything. So get ready to fire it up. Alright guys, so the old rusty pad off is just had on with 3 1/4-inch screws. Now we're going to get to use a new one. These little slots go right into slots right in the top of the hot water tank. this inserts up into the pipe and you put your screws through. And we've successfully lit it, set our temperature. We're good to go.